In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the Iray renderer to make some really nice beauty renders of your models here in Substance Painter. So in the top right corner over here, you'll see that we have this little brush icon here. This basically means that we are currently in the painting mode. So on the left, you'll see this little croissant. This is actually the baking uh, section. So obviously you can bake out your mesh maps here and mesh map settings. Go back to Painter here, and the camera icon here, if you hover over it, it will say Iray. So Iray is Substance Painter's own rendering engine for allow you to do really nice, high quality rendered images. So you see here when we open it up, like we have this weird background at the moment. It's like sort of outdoor area. We've got the render settings, so it's showing that it's done, like how many iterations it's done, and how much the rendering time has passed. So we can actually change this. So obviously we can change the amount of samples that we want. So samples are essentially numerical passes that are used to calculate lighting and shadows and material reflections to create sort of more high quality photorealistic renders. So I can increase this to be like, okay, I want to have like, maybe more than 1,000 sort of samples, or I can also increase the max time for the renderer as well. So at the moment, it renders the image in 10 seconds, but depending how complex your models are, the scene is, you might need more than 10 seconds because sometimes you might get some weird artifacting if you're not giving it enough time. So maybe you can increase or decrease that depending on the needs and how it looks at the moment. You can also save the render. So if I press save here, I can save this out as different sort of file formats, like say Targa, PNG, JPEG, whatever you want, essentially. But you can also override the viewport resolution. So currently it's using this viewport. So you can see here that it's this particular resolution right now. But if I want a specific one, I can turn this on and I can change it to like a 1080p resolution, like a widescreen resolution, or like a 2K or a 4K resolution as well. Now, if I hold down Shift and the right mouse button, you can see that I am rotating the environment, but also as I'm rotating the environment, the lighting is changing as well. So you might be wondering, okay, what is the point of this background here? Like, yeah, I get it. Like holding down Shift and right mouse button makes me change the direction of the lighting, but what has this got to do with this image? Well, this background is what is known as a HDRI, which is a high dynamic range image. So these are environment images that contain lighting information depending on different scenery. So right now we have this sort of outdoor setting. So the lighting is based on an outdoor experience. So you can see as I move it around, it gives that sort of that feeling that okay, this is like a late afternoon sun, for instance. But you can actually change these. If you go to this little section here, we have like a texture set list here. Underneath, we have the display settings. So we have the environment settings, we have camera settings, and then viewport settings. So in environment settings, you'll see we have what's called an environment map. And here we can change it. So currently it's on panorama. I can change it to something like say this. So just pay attention to the lighting as I change through this environment. So if I just rotate the camera around, you'll see that the lighting is actually different compared to the panorama one. Again, it's because this is a different environment. It has different lighting information. So Subspinner is calculating the lighting differently compared to the panorama one. If I was to change to say this environment here, again, you can see that the lighting setup has changed. The environment has changed and also the lighting setup as well. So you can kind of pick and choose different environments to suit the needs of your render. Now, you can also change some of the aspects here as well. So you can change, like, say, the EV, the environment exposure. As you can see, make it more brighter, more bright. You can also rotate as well. So you can do it manually through here. Put that back to 0. Now, before I move on to the camera settings, you can actually import in different environment maps as well. If I go back to Polyhaven, for instance, there is a whole section for HDRIs. So you can see that there are multiple different environment settings with its own unique lighting that you could download and use in Substance Painter. But you can also use these in Blender as well, because in its own render pipeline, you can also import in these HDRI settings in order to create your own kind of different lighting setup that works for you. Now let's go on to the camera settings. So here I can change the field of views. I can make it further away, bring it forward, change the focal length as well, focus distance, and also the aperture. So I can kind of play around with these to kind of get an effect that I would want. You can also add in some like post effects as well. So I can do a bit of color correction, making some slight little changes here and there, so you can activate these and change it as you see fit, as well as some anti-aliasing stuff as well. So I just encourage you to kind of play around and see what you can do with these as well. So last thing, to just to go back to the environment settings as well. So right now the lighting looks fine. You know, the model looks really nice, but it doesn't look very professional having this background visible. If you ever look at images on ArtStation, for instance, of these sort of beauty renders of a 3D model, it's usually just like a bland color background because again, the focus should be on the model. So how do we change that here in Iray? It's pretty simple. So right here, we can see that we have this option where it says dome. We can change it to a clear color. Now, the image's lighting information is still present. So if I scroll around, the lighting is still there. And if I change to a different setting, for instance, if I go back to this one here, the environment light information from the environment map is still present. We just can't see the background now. So you can notice as well that there is a ground here, so you can actually see some shadows here. Now, if you want to get rid of the ground, all you got to do is just click this here, and that turns it off as well. And you can also change the dome type as well. So if I do like an infinite sphere, or just normal sphere, or sphere with the ground as well, you wouldn't necessarily need to change these. You can just keep with sphere with the ground, and then just turn off the ground if it's needed, and that should work fine for you. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about Iray. So just play around, experiment with it, and try to make your own renders as well of the work that you've done.